Hey Pisces, and welcome to your January 2021 general tarot reading. This could apply to your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Please keep in mind that the messages could always go vice versa, and that sometimes there will be messages that resonate now. It is intended to be a predictive reading, so if it doesn't quite add up now, check back in a couple weeks and maybe it will make sense then. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't, because if you force it, you will cause problems in your life where there were none. All right, Pisces, what I'm feeling is going on with you is that there may have been an ending with a third party, possibly, or you were the third party. It may have been something you didn't know about. Maybe the truth came in suddenly. But it's almost as if like you waited around on this person, or you made a lot of really large life sacrifices, maybe even left the person you were with, or they could have done this, and then the other person did not follow through. So it's like, well, I don't believe that you're going to be serious with me, so I'm not going to leave, or I'm going to quit talking to you unless you leave your significant other for me. And so you do, but then they don't. I do feel like they're coming back, though. But the feeling behind it is it's not necessarily because they understood what they did, but possibly because the other person found out about you, or this could be going on with you, with them. I'm not going to keep saying that. Reverse it if you need to. But they're coming back because they got busted. And now they're lonely and they feel like, well, you're an option and you'll be there when they come back. That doesn't mean that that's true, but that's what they perceive. This may be disrupting the things that you've built since this person left. You may have waited around on this person for a while. And you're finally moving on. You may be getting back to your old grind, your old life. You may have moved on with another person. You may be fixing things with another person because of the fact that this person never actually came around. Well, now they want to come around. And I was also hearing the name Erickson and Captain Planet. So that could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, and like long distance. So it may be somebody that lives at a distance. It may be somebody you have to travel to, or it could be an emotional distance also. Somebody's going to come running in. And I almost feel like when they don't get their way, they may go ahead and try and cause problems in your current situation, whether it be in your job, whether it be in a new relationship. But I was hearing landscaping disturbed. So somebody may work for a landscaping company. It doesn't have to be. But it's almost as if somebody's finally, getting to the point in their life where they're creating what they've visualized, and this person's just going to come trample around in your flower bed. So I'm going to go ahead and start your cards now. So Erickson could also be Eric, Erica, or anything that sounds like a variation of what Erickson could be. So we will start with, let me clean this up here, the tarot here. Please show us what Pisces needs to know for January 2021. Ooh, that one came out. So we have the Strength card, which is Leo. Could be Leo. Could have to deal with a Scorpio too, needing to find your inner strength after having to pick yourself up and like dust yourself off and start moving forward again, even if you're not fully emotionally over whatever trauma had happened. We have the Four of Pentacles. That could be a Taurus, withholding, Virgo, Capricorn. You may be trying your best to keep your emotions contained when this happens, if this is not already going on. We have the Queen of Swords, which could be Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, the Ace of Cups. I'll go ahead and get the rest, and then I'll interpret what I see. That is way too many there. Judgment. The Six of Swords. The Page of Cups. The Eight of Swords and the Six of Cups. On the bottom of the deck, we do have the moon. There may have been an unfair judgment against you, or you had to make a really tough decision to leave somebody in the past. And this you could be dealing with a water sign, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Definitely could break down to Virgo. This may be a connection you had met in work. It doesn't have to be, but somebody here, whether it be you or them, is definitely restraining themselves from being the first one to make a movement back towards the other person. And if it's not you restraining yourself, it's them. But I feel like they're on the verge of breaking their silence. Yeah. Somebody wants to review possibly a situation of where a significant other had moved out, or a situation where two people had moved in together. It doesn't have to be. There may have been some kind of conflict here, and somebody is stuck in their head and overthinking the situation instead of giving the other person a proper opportunity to be able to speak their piece. We don't really have any wands here. So underneath the moon, we have the Four of Wands. So if the moon isn't representing you, there may be a secret relationship here, or somebody may have discovered a relationship. Somebody else was keeping the other person confused about. Like, let's say, oh, we broke up, we separated, blah, blah, blah. Something came along that changed somebody's perspective, or they may have seen something they hadn't before about this person possibly being in a committed family. And you could be dealing with a Capricorn, but it took a lot of strength to emotionally withhold from this person, and they may try and entice you. Or you could be dealing with a water sign also, who is trying to entice you, or will be trying to entice you with sex or something of that nature, something very tempting. You're going to need to take some time to review this and possibly choose to do something different. You know what was in the past. You know what that person did. You know what they're capable of. And if you have a new connection coming in or beginning, and I have a feeling that this may be a friend or a friend of a friend that's coming in, maybe a brief connection you had in the past coming in, maybe try and give that a chance. Yeah, because this other person, if they come back in, they are still going to involve you in a third party. They're still going to hurt you. Yeah, it's like they're sitting here thinking about how they can get around how they hurt you to come in to apologize because they want you as an emotional offer. And when this happens, it's going to be devastating. Could be dealing with Scorpio. So definitely take your time if this offer comes in, or when this offer comes in. Go within, block out what they're saying. Don't fill in the gaps or fill it in with stuff that you may want to hear because this hurt and you want to believe this person is capable of X, Y, and Z. Could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Or you may take initiative to demand the truth about some kind of partnership that they may have made you feel like you had done something wrong and walked away from you, like caused an argument with you to walk away because how else better to blame you for what they were going to do anyway. So I'll go ahead and pull some Lenormand cards here. Give me just a second. Let me clean this up. Thank you for being patient. I have been dealing with a sinus infection, and I have not been able to just bring myself to do much of anything. All right, show us what Pisces needs to know for January 2021. Woo. I'm going to put those back in. I don't like the way they fall. We have the key. We have the ring. We have the Tower. We have the Rider. We have the Coffin. The Whip. the Heart, the Woman, the Snake, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Cross. All right, Pisces, what I'm seeing here, your middle card is the Coffin. So the Coffin can be indicative of like literal death. Hopefully not, but it's something that ended. And it may have ended because of somebody lying or involving a third party. If you're the woman, you could have been a third party, or there could have been another woman involved, or somebody who was shit-talking on let's say the main piece. And this doesn't have to be relationship-wise. It could also be indicative of partnerships, like in business and work. It could have been a coworker doing this. Some kind of significant offer of commitment, possibly even going towards marriage, had suddenly came in when somebody received news of possibly somebody having sexual relations outside of the marriage or the union, because they may have fallen for like a Jezebel. So they randomly left the person they were with for the third party, which then ultimately didn't only cause you hurt, but it also caused them a world of hurt. They're wanting to heal this now because they realize that you are their stability, and they may be wanting to come back in with an offer. But there's hidden information about possibly a child or a pregnancy. So they won't be disclosing all the information when they return for a new beginning. Yeah, they're going to try and cloud your intuition or your knowing about somebody that may be who they claim to be a friend. So Sam is Samantha. Or if they say she says her girlfriend is Samantha, it's Sam, if that makes sense. Yeah, because there's some kind of secret emotional baggage going on within a home. And somebody's trying to sneak away, find some strategic way to relocate and make themselves a new offer, like a new option. They're thinking if they come in and they talk to you and they're like Don Juan, whether it be female or male, that they can woo you back into giving them a place to stay or a job or some kind of stability. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of this over into Patreon, and we'll further clarify what's going on and, what we end up with by the end of January 2021. If you would like to join me over there, you're more than welcome. We'd be happy to have you. If this is where we part ways, Pisces, I will catch up with you soon.